My name is Korbin, and today I will be teaching you how to use starting blocks in the sport of track and field. So first, before you start getting into the blocks and setting it up, you're going to want to determine what your dominant leg is. So to determine your dominant leg, there's a simple drill that you can do. And basically you just stand up and then you start to move forward and lean forward towards the ground. And naturally one of your legs is going to come out to stop yourself. And whatever leg comes out to stop yourself is going to be your dominant leg. So for example, my left leg naturally comes out, meaning that's my dominant leg. So here we have our athletes in front of us, ready to learn how to use blocks for track and field. And so if you guys want to start and try the drill, feel free to do it a couple times. Make sure the leg that you're using is comfortable. Sometimes people have to try it a couple times just to feel comfortable with one leg. Very good. Everyone feel comfortable with the dominant leg? All right. So here we have our blocks, and we're standing on the starting line here. And the easiest way to set them up is going to be using a foot measurement to make sure it's the proper length and distance from the starting line. So you're going to want to start and put one foot on the start line, lay your blocks down, and it will be about a half a foot length from the start line, as you can see here. And then with your dominant leg, which is my left, you're going to want to bring it to 1 full foot length from the starting line. Slide that up. And then on your back foot, which is your non-dominant, it will be an additional foot length back. If you need to adjust the spacing of the blocks itself by just a little bit, that is okay. So you should have your blocks staggered like this with your dominant foot forward and your non-dominant foot back. All right, so you guys can go ahead and set up your blocks here. Let me know if you have any questions. And make sure the blocks are as straight as possible to make sure that you're taking off in a straight line once the race begins. And it's also important to note that when setting up your blocks, the foot measurement is kind of just a general rule of thumb. It's really important to kind of gauge how you feel and how comfortable you are in the blocks, and you can feel free to adjust the positioning of the foot pads anytime you need. So once you have your blocks set up on the starting line, now it's time to get into the blocks. So first you're going to want to stand at the front facing the straightaway of the track, and you're going to get down, put one foot back into the pad and then the other one, and then kneel down to make sure you're comfortable. And again, spacing, feel free to adjust it as needed. Some people with longer legs will have to move their blocks back further, other people will be closer, and that's completely fine. So when you get into the blocks, make sure your hands are fully behind the white line as such, and when you come out of the blocks, most of the force is going to be generated out of your dominant leg, which is your leg closer up to the start line, and your back leg is basically just going to follow along for the ride. So as you come up, make sure you're generating most of your force out of your dominant leg and less force out of your left. Also, make sure your eyes are kept down looking at the ground to promote a drive phase, and as you accelerate up into the race, your eyes will come up as well as your chest. Here I will demonstrate. So next we're going to have our athletes here practice getting out of the blocks, and I'll look at any corners or give them any advice as needed. So whenever you're ready, go ahead and get into the blocks, and feel free to just sprint to the cone down there and then walk back down. Good, so before you start, my one recommendation is just to bring your front foot up here. It's kind of sitting on the track. Try to get your entire foot onto the pad there. Yeah, that's perfect. Good. I think that's good. Go ahead. Good, feet please, Swim. That's good. Next time, try to push out a little more from the blocks. You're standing up a little bit out of the blocks, and that's okay. Very normal for beginners. But try to really keep your body low and then gradually come up. That make sense? Cool. You're good right there. Good. Very explosive. I like it. Well done. All right, Spencer. There you go. Also good. My one pointer for you, try to keep your eyes down just a little bit longer. They come up a little bit, and when your eyes come up, it's gonna straighten up your body, and it's gonna make the acceleration phase a little bit harder. But otherwise, very good. All right, Xander, go ahead and try one more time. There you go. Good foot placement. Good. Good. Take a little bit more time to just like get set in the blocks. It seems like you're like kind of rushing through the motions, and that's okay. But just make sure you kind of take a second, get set in that up position, in the set position, before getting ready to get out of the blocks. And a lot of the times that's going to be what races are like. People can sometimes take a long time to get into their blocks. The official will kind of take a second, make sure everyone's set. So just get used to feeling comfortable in that set position with your hips and butt up in the air. Good. Very good. Nice. That was good. Next, now that the athletes are feeling comfortable getting out of the blocks, we're going to do a little bit of a game to help them work on their skills of getting out of the blocks, as well as adding some competition to push each other. So we're going to have the athletes partner up, and they're going to race from the start line out of the blocks to our cone, which is right down here. It's not a very far distance, but it's just working on the explosiveness and the form from getting out of the blocks and through the acceleration process. All right, so first up we're going to have Xander and Max. You guys are going to be racing from the start line, working through the drive phase of your start through the cone here. So have some fun with it. Make sure you're working on form. Take the pointers that I gave you earlier on and have some fun. So whenever you guys are ready, runners on your mark. Get set. Good. Xander, nice job.
Xander got him.
All right. Dylan and Spencer, you guys want to go next? Runners to your mark. Spencer, you can put your knee down for the first phase here. Yep, you're good. And then when I say set, you'll get up. Set. Did you win? All right, nice job on that first one. We're going to run it back one more time, actually two more times, and yeah, just work on the same things. Push each other. Pushing each other as teammates is a great way to get better and get faster. So let's do it one more time. Runners to your marks. Get set. Let's go Swiss. Nice job. All right, Dylan and Spencer. Runners to your mark. Get set.
So
we'll do this one more time. Switch up the partners a little bit. Make it a little more competitive for you guys. So Xander, Dylan, you ready? On your marks. Get set. Oh, that was pretty close. Dylan got it. Dylan got it. Nice job. All right, next up, Max and Spencer. Spencer, make sure you're keeping your eyes down just a little bit longer as you kind of push through. Runners to your mark. Get set. So we're going to do this drill one more time, this time with all four of them at once. Same exact drill, just with more of them going at once here. Runners to your mark. Get set. Dylan, nice job. Well, nice job today, guys. Did a really good job learning how to set up your blocks as well as how to use them. Dylan, great job winning the mini game, but all of you did a really good job taking advice and taking pointers here and there to get better. Spencer, you're doing all right? A little tired. You all did a very good job, and you definitely got better from your first block start to your last block start, and that was the goal today. So you guys have any questions?
Nothing.
Sweet, nice job. Thanks.
Corbin.